nobody really tells you that healing your feminine energy isn't just about slowing down or dressing differently or doing soft things. It's actually about undoing those deeply ingrained beliefs that have shaped your identity for years. And that part is really hard. So that's why today we're going to be talking about the unexpected struggles that come up when you are trying to heal your feminine energy and all the things that nobody warns you about. Number one, letting go of your old identity can feel like grief. If you have built your entire identity around being productive, being in control, being really independent, when you start shifting into your feminine energy, it's gonna feel like you are losing yourself a little bit. And in some ways, it is a loss. You are shedding an older version of yourself that kept you safe, helped you succeed, and gave you a sense of purpose. But if you're wanting to enter that soft girl feminine era, you're gonna have to learn how to lean into being soft, surrendering, and trusting. And that can feel foreign and almost a little bit threatening to the old you. But here's how we're gonna navigate these feelings. Step one, we're gonna honor our past self. Instead of resenting her and feeling bad about the way we did operate, we're gonna actually focus on recognizing how she served us and ask yourself, what strengths does she have that I want to continue to embody? But on the topic of strength, we need to actually be redefining what strength means to us, okay? Because in the past, strength would have meant doing everything alone and not asking for any help. But our new definition of strength needs to incorporate knowing when to lean on others for help, knowing when we need to take rest, and knowing to trust the flow of life. The thing is, if you've always thought of leaning on others and not doing things for yourself as a weakness, this is the mindset you're going to have to challenge. You don't have to prove your worth by constant doing. Ease, joy, pleasure, they are just as powerful as the hard work that you've been doing for so many years. Say it with me now. I release my old identity with love and gratitude. I trust that my new self will feel like home soon. One of the hardest parts of healing your feminine energy is unlearning the idea that your worth is tied to how much you do. Now, if you spent years proving yourself through all of your achievements, slowing down can feel actually terrifying and it'll feel like you're almost losing your edge. But if I've learned anything in my 20s, it's that true success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what's aligned. It's about moving with intention, not just staying busy for the sake of it. Now, if you struggle with this as well, here are some mindset shifts that you need to start making in order to help this click into place. Rest is a power move, not a weakness. If you've always associated slowing down with failure or stagnation, this is a perspective you need to shift. Resting isn't laziness, stillness doesn't mean wasting time, and slowing down doesn't mean giving up. The time that you are still and resting and slowing down is the time that you are aligning, recharging, and moving with intention. Just think about your phone for a minute. When it's on 1% battery, is it operating at the same speed and performance level as it would be on 100%? No, of course not. You wouldn't be able to function with your phone constantly at 1% because it wouldn't function properly. And it's the same with your body. You need to give it that charge up. You need to let it rest because your energy works in the same way. You need that boost of energy to then propel you forward and actually perform at your best instead of performing at this 1% level all the time and feeling like you're chasing your tail. I'm going to try hold your hand while I say this. You need to detach your worth from your productivity. Being hyper-focused on your success, on your independence, on just doing more, often comes from a place of self-protection. Now, you might be doing that because growing up, you may have been taught that love and validation only come from success. You may have grown up in a high-achieving or perfectionist environment. You may have felt like you had to prove your worth through your hard work. But the thing is, your worth was never and has never been tied to your productivity. It's who you are, your kindness, your presence, your energy. Now, if you struggle with this one, here are some journaling prompts that you can use to actually rewire your mindset towards your achievements and your own self-worth. Number one, who am I outside of my achievements? Number two, what do I bring to the world just by existing? And number three, how can I embrace being valuable without constantly having to prove it? Now, a huge fear when you're healing your feminine energy and you're trying to implement that soft girl life is a feeling of, if I slow down, I'm gonna fall behind. But like I said before, true success isn't built on the constant hustle. It's actually built on aligned action. And when you are creating this flow instead of forcing things, you actually start to make better decisions for yourself, you stop burning out, and you attract better opportunities. If you take a second to think now about the times that you've had your biggest mental breakthroughs or the most clarity, is it when you've been on the go rushing with a million things on your to-do list and frantically trying to get them all done and wondering how you're going to fit them all in and having all this mess in your head? Or has it been the times where you've had a minute to just step back, or maybe you're completely distracted from your work and you're doing something out of pure enjoyment and you have a random idea pop up in your head that actually is really valuable and helps you in your business, even if what you were doing in that moment wasn't anything related to your business? This is what I mean when I say rest is so key. The most successful people actually schedule in rest because they know that clarity comes in stillness, not in chaos. If you've always relied on yourself, receiving help is going to feel really uncomfortable at first. Maybe you were raised to believe that strong women do it all, or that needing help suddenly makes you a burden. But let me tell you, true feminine energy, healed feminine energy, thrives in receiving. Now, if receiving does feel really uncomfortable to you, then ask yourself a few of these questions. Number 1, where did I learn that accepting help is a weakness? Number 2, what am I afraid will happen if I let people support me? And number 3, do I extend the same level of kindness to others that I struggle to accept for myself? Say it with me now. I give freely, I receive freely. I am worthy of ease, love, and support. If you have spent your life relying on structure, control, logic, listening to your intuition is going to feel strange. It might even feel a bit reckless to you, but let me tell you one thing for free, okay? Listening to your intuition is not irrational. It is your inner wisdom guiding you towards the alignment that I've been talking about. Now, if you feel like you're not really in touch with your intuition and you want to strengthen it, here are some things you can do. Number 1, start noticing how it already speaks to you, no matter how you respond to it. Pay attention to things like your gut instinct and that immediate feeling towards a situation, your deep sense of knowing. We all have that deep sense and that feeling about things sometimes that we might ignore, but it's always there. Pay attention to what your body's telling you, even the way your body reacts to certain situations, or if you're presented with something that you have to make a decision on. How does your body react to that? Is it out of fear? Do you get anxious? Do you feel calm? Do you feel joy? Pay attention to all these little things because they are signs. You need to also differentiate intuition from fear. Fear feels anxious and chaotic, whereas intuition feels calm and certain. Now, you don't have to abandon logic when you're trying to tap into your intuition, okay? You can use both. So when you're looking at logic, view that as your map. Logic gives you direction, strategy, and your structure, whereas intuition is more like your compass. It guides you towards the right path, your alignment, and your purpose. So you can still use logic to make your practical plans, but let your intuition guide your bigger choices. Things like where you live, who you surround yourself with, and the opportunities that you want to pursue in your life. Now, if you're not a strong believer in the intuition still, you need to start building proof that it actually works. Think back to a time where you knew something deep down before you had proof of it. Maybe it's a time that you ignored your gut and then later regretted it. Or maybe it's a time that you followed your intuition and it actually led you to the right place. Or maybe it was a moment that things felt slightly off and you ended up being right. Your intuition has been guiding you all along. You just need to learn to trust it more. Say it with me now. My intuition is wise and I choose to trust it. All in all, healing your feminine energy isn't about becoming a different person. It's actually about returning to the version of you that's always been there before all the conditioning. You don't have to hustle for your worth. You don't have to do life on your own. And you don't have to choose between success and ease. You get to have both. If you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. This is for all my eldest daughters and just my masculine energied girls out there that are really struggling to heal their feminine and really tap into how to implement that soft life without feeling like they're betraying on themselves, because it can feel like that a little bit. The way you've been conditioned and the way that you view things in the world now is a result of you being in this very specific state and way of being for many years, and doing anything different to that is going to be scary, it's going to feel odd, and it's going to be a struggle. But hopefully these tips helped you in terms of what you can do you to actually heal those parts of you that are struggling with adapting to your feminine energy lifestyle, because I do feel like that is the optimum place for all women to be. And I think you can definitely have all the success and go after your career that you want and do all these things while still remaining soft and in our flow state and embracing creativity and enjoying life at the end of the day. I think that's what it's about. I think we forgot the enjoyment part and we traded that in for all the stress and resentment and all the pressure. None of that is worth it when you're not even really living for you and living in your truest form. Yeah, I really hope this video helped. If you needed it, let me know in the comments what part of the feminine energy journey are you on and what are you struggling with. I'd love to help you out more with anything that I know about it that I can help with. So definitely drop it in the comments if there is anything else that you're struggling with, or if there's anything in this video that you resonated with, let me know. If you do like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because that really helps me out and helps me figure out what kind of videos you guys are enjoying. And I hope that you are enjoying the card chats. Let me know in general if you're enjoying these topics that we're discussing, because I really like discussing these kinds of things. I think it's just important for us all to be more aware of ourselves and the impact our decisions and the way we behave actually has on our quality of life. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that there. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.